So this is kind of interesting. So we got the subfloor in yesterday, right? And now I've got this overhang here. I immediately wanted to start putting the laminate in today. It was cool last night, so I'm not 100% sure that the construction adhesive we used to put the subfloor down is 100% cured yet. Not that that's a big deal. I could still probably put the laminate down. But if I start putting laminate down, I'm gonna get to a point where I either have to stop or I'm gonna create more work for myself in the future because I need to do something with the step area, right? I don't want it looking like this. And I think if I do this sort of first, or at least prep it properly, that might help the whole process of laying the laminate. And it's interesting, why I say it's interesting, is that I may finally be, for the first time, repurposing, reusing old materials. So this overhang, it's as thick as the hardwood or subfloor is, right? It's only 1/4 inch. So very flimsy. This is where I want water tanks to go. So this board, we have to do something about this nail or screw, but this was from the wood shelving that was that came with the van. And this piece is actually from an old IKEA bed that got broken during the move out at the old apartment. So this is actually pretty much a perfect fit to be a brace under here. And then I will put a strip of the laminate right on the front here to sort of pretty it up so this whole area is presentable. Is it needed? No, but it's gonna be my house, so why not? So I'm gonna see what I can do with this first today, then we will get to putting the laminate in. I guess I'm just redoing everything I did yesterday with Chris, and now I'm walking over to Canadian Tire. I could drive, but it's such a nice day out. There, that's better. I figured why not walk? I need some more construction adhesive and probably a few other little things. We'll see once we get there, but that's the plan. Then we're gonna start construction on that step. That's pretty cool. We're gonna see if something that Matthew Allen builds actually stays together. All my Legos stayed together when I was a kid, so this should be fine. Okay, great success, I think. So, picked up 2 of these. Hopefully, I shouldn't need 2, but I thought I only needed 1 when we started, so there's that. And then, I don't know if I'm gonna use it, but I mean, I'm gonna use it eventually in the van anyway. So I got some great stuff, spray foam for gaps and cracks and crevices and all that. So, yeah. All right, time to do some measurements, some sanding, and get that step together. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. It's not in there yet. But that is what that covering will look like. So the 2x6 or whatever's behind it with that little piece from the bed under here. And this is a piece of the laminate that will be installed on top. I like it a lot. I think it looks really cool. Okay, so again, trying to be as smart as possible. I got black splatter on this kind of edge piece of the door here. And that's gonna be visible because that's where these doors meet the rest of the van body, right? So I'm gonna tape off as much as I can here, protect this, and we are going to paint this a nice bright white and then go have some lunch while it dries. Before we put the step in, that's the whole point. I'm trying to be smart because I think it'd be a little bit more of a pain once the step's done to protect it. Hey Siri, start a timer for 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes and counting.
Okay, got a couple coats of primer on there. First coat of color match paint, so that's drying. Now what I'm going to do is just sort of cinch up the support structure that we designed for the step. So I'm going to put some construction adhesive along here, to bind them, and then I'm also going to secure them with some screws, and these screws are left over from the wood structure that was in the van, so no money was spent on screws yet. Okie dokie, so just gonna let this set up, dry on us, put another coat of paint on the step. Painting and building the step definitely threw a wrench into the plans today in terms of getting the laminate installed. Hopefully everything kind of comes together a little bit better tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Again, no rush. It's going a lot better than I thought it would. This is supposed to be the laminate video. I think it's just going to be the installing the step video because I feel like it's getting a little bit carried away on itself here. Might end up being a shorter video than normal. There's nothing wrong with that every once in a while. So there's not, again, nothing's tacked down yet, but this is essentially the way that section is going to look, right? And now I'm going to cut out a subfloor piece for this area and then a laminate piece to match. I was gonna do just laminate straight on the body, but I think since that is where I'll be stepping, a little bit of reinforcement probably won't be a bad thing. So yeah, that's the next step here. I guess I should probably glue this all down too. Slow and steady. Huh? I think, paint. I think that looks pretty good considering I'm not a carpenter and don't really have any idea what I'm doing. Yeah. So, come take a look here. So, pretty basic stuff. I'm just gonna sit down here and take a load off. It's been a day like every other day. So yeah, this piece over here on the side is kind of janky. We'll see if I leave it or not. And then most of it's just cosmetic. Well, I shouldn't say most of it's cosmetic, but this little stuff down here is cosmetic. Like, I won't be stepping there. I will probably put another little piece just in this area. And then this part will be the actual, where I step into the van. So I've got a bit of the subfloor under there, and then a piece of laminate cut to the same shape. This is the challenge. What you just heard fall was this board tipping backwards. So I've got a smaller board of the subfloor pressed up against, and it's sitting on this little lip. You can see that, yeah, there's a little lip there that's part of the actual step. So that recess was obnoxious, right? So I put this here, and I'll use the adhesive to stick that down to the wall of the van. And then this will create the look of this step, right? But the problem is, right, when it's straight up and down, there's about, that much space. So again, what I think will work well is a bit of this leftover bed. This is gonna knock it over, I just know it. Goes to show you that I'm not a Jenga player. Oh, shoot. Okay, cool. But now, not like this, obviously, like this and down behind it. And what I'll probably do is something like this, one there, and two little ones here and there on the end. And that'll stick directly to that once it's dry. That should give this step, or well, this not step, this part of the step, some nice reinforcement, so if I kick it when I'm getting in, it should be fine. And then I just have to finish up with a little sort of cosmetic trim piece over here. That's that so far. And for all these cuts, I just used the jigsaw, so they are janky as all sorts of get out, but this has turned into quite the day, keeping in theme with nothing going according to plan, but it's fine because this is a lot of fun and I'm learning a lot about this. And this is what I really like, again, to utilize all the space in the van. I'm probably not gonna cover this up. I'll use this as storage for, I don't know what, but something, because there's a whole bunch of space back there. Secret stash. You know, it's moments like this where I think maybe I should have grabbed the fast bonding construction adhesive, but whatever. I mean, it'll work. I hope. Hey. All right, let's have some dinner and then come back and check on this after. And hopefully we can get all of this glued down tonight. Yeah. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I think it has something to do with the fact that it's a little cold out here and this stuff just doesn't like to set in the cold. I've got some of the subfloor from yesterday continually popping off at the very back of the van. So that's great. That's been a battle all day. And right now, let's see if I can get you out of here. Come on. I've got a bunch of stuff weighed down and clamped, trying to keep it together before it goes into the step. I recruited the Mr. Buddy to do some work for me, so he's doing what he can to get some heat onto this guy. It's a whole thing, and it's getting dark. I don't know if this is going to get done tonight. So we'll have to check it out in the morning, I think. That's probably the best bet. So have a good night, and I will see you all bright and early, unless I sleep in again. I built a step. That is pretty cool. It is pretty rock solid as well. I'm gonna leave weight on it throughout the day because there's no reason not to. Just to, err on the side of caution. But I hit this whole area with my camping heater, my Mr. Buddy heater last night before I called it a night because it was gonna be quite cold throughout the night. And I think that really helped sort of quicken the immediate cure process. Maybe it did nothing and I'm completely off my rocker, but this is awesome. Like, that's so cool. It's and it looks good. I just need to finish here. I just need to finish this up here, right? Maybe put another piece of laminate and backing right there just to kind of clean it up. And I'm gonna keep this as a little storage space for who knows what. But yeah, that's as upset, not even as upset, but as like, oh, that sucks as I was yesterday about not actually getting to the proper like laminate of the rest of the van. The fact that this is now done, more or less, and out of the way, but worth it for sure. If you have any questions about how I did this, just ask me in the comments below. Otherwise, until the next one, just be happy, be creative, be yourself, and most importantly, just be positive. I'll see you in the next one.